Viewers at home, good afternoon, and how has been your day? I still remain your tutor, Mr. Quadratic. We are here this morning to take us another topic, which is quadratic equation. And I want you to know, viewers at home, that by the end of the video, you will understand and able to explain quadratic equation. You'll be able to solve solution of quadratic equation using factorization method. Also solution of quadratic equation using formula method. And solution of quadratic equation using completing the square method. Also construction of quadratic equation from a given root. And lastly, the concept of perfect square. As I used to say, viewers at home, get your writing materials and get yourself off distraction as we move to the various segments that we have in this video. See you in the next segment. Viewers at home, I hope you are still with me, connected. Now we are looking at another example under factorization method. Now if you look at it now, the coefficient that is attached to the highest degree of the unknown, which is x squared, is now a number that is greater than 1. It is the same concept that you are going to use in solving factorization method. And if you look at the first example that I did, you ensure that you pick the coefficient of the highest degree of the unknown, multiply with the constant. What I mean by the constant, when you compare it with this form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is what? Your constant. You pick what is attached to the unknown to this c. Now we have 6 is going to be multiplied with 2. That is 6 times 2. I'm going to have 12. Now what are the factors of 12 that when I add it or when I subtract it, I'm going to have minus 7. Viewers at home, what are the factors of 12? We have 1, 12. We have 3, 4. We have 2, 6. And now, looking at what we have that is attached to this x that has the degree power 1 is minus 7. Now, viewers at home, you will be very much conscious that what are the factors of 12 that I'm going to pick. When I multiply it, I must have 12. Now, to digress a bit, now when we have minus times minus, it's going to be plus. Plus times plus is going to be plus. Why minus times plus is going to be minus. Plus times minus is going to be minus. Please, viewers at home, take this in art. Now, we want to track and get minus 7 and also 12. What we have now is 12, minus 7. Now, what are the factors of 12? That is 3, 4. Now, if I say 3 times 4, it's going to give me 12. But 3 minus 4 or 4 minus 3, is it going to give me minus 7? No. That is why I gave us this concept. Please, it's going to be minus 3 times minus 4. Now, minus 3 times minus 4 is going to give me 12. Why is it 12? Minus times minus is going to give me plus. Now, if you pick it, this same number, this same factor, minus 3 minus 4 is going to give you minus 7. Now, viewers at home, the factor that you are going to use in solving this quadratic equation is minus 3 and minus 4. It's now going to be 6x squared minus 3x minus 4x plus 2 equals to 0. Now, what is common to 6x squared minus 3? That is 3x. And this is going to give us what? 2x minus 1. When you use 3x to divide, and what are we going to pick? That whereby we are going to have 2x plus minus 1. That is going to be minus 2x. Now we are going to have, it's going to be minus 2 is going to be minus 2 here. Viewers at home, I hope you are following me. It's going to be minus 2. Now minus 2 dividing minus 4x is going to be 2x minus 1 equals to 0. I hope you are with me, viewers at home. Then let's pick it. It's going to be 3x minus 2. 3x minus 2. You close the bracket. Then these are common to themselves. You pick one of it. Minus 1. All equals to what? 0. Now we have 3x minus 2 equals to 0. Or 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Now 3x is going to be 2 when the 2 moves to this side, or 2x equals to 1. This one moves to this side. Then you divide through by what? By 3. 3 will divide 3. Now we have x to be 2 over 3, or you divide through by 2. X equals to 1 over 2. This is the solution using factorization method. I hope you've understood this second example. As we move again to another example, I believe you'll be able to understand factorization method more. See you in the next example. Welcome, viewers at home. We are now on the segment to explain what quadratic equation is all about. As you can rightly view it from your end, you can rightly see on the board that a quadratic equation is an expression of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Why is an equation? It's simply because of this symbol. Anytime you have a quadratic equation expression in this form and this symbol equals to 0 is introduced, it is going to be termed as what? Quadratic equation. But the moment this symbol is not introduced, maybe we have ax squared plus bx plus c. That is simply what? A quadratic expression. But as we have already introduced this symbol equals to, in which a, b, c are numerals, and also the highest power of x is 2. What I mean by the highest power of x is 2, look at it here. The highest power of x must be raised to power what? 2. While the power here is raised to power 1, and this c is regarded as the constant. Let's move further, and that the power of x will neither be fraction nor negative. Now this power of x can never be a fraction and it can never be negative. It will be what? Positive. And as we move on, as we have it as segment, we are moving now to the solution of quadratic equation by using factorization method. I want you viewers at home to pay rapid attention as we look at some examples under this segment, solution of quadratic equation by factorization. Now looking at these examples, now we have example 1, solve by factorization. What did I say, viewers at home? We want to solve this equation x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals to 0. And I want you to get yourself settled in your mind. Quadratic equation is a very simple topic to understand. But we want to look at a method now called factorization. Now looking at this equation on board, we have x squared plus 7x plus 10x. You will see that when you compare it with your ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, your a, the coefficient of your x squared here is 1, while the coefficient of this b is now 7, while the c is 10. Now how are you going to solve it? Using factorization method. Now I will tell you viewers at home that the first thing that you're supposed to do is to take your a and multiply it with your c. Now what do we have? That's a times c. And what is your a here? It is 1 times 10. Now 1 times 10 is going to give us what? 10. That is what we call the product roots. Now you will take the coefficient that is attached to the highest power of the unknown, which is raised to power 2. Now viewers at home, the coefficient here is 1. Now you are going to carry it and multiply it with this. 1 times 10 is 10. Now you will now ask yourself, what are the factors of 10 that will rightly give us when added together or when subtracted, we are going to have this 7 that is attached to this x here. Now what are the factors of 10? We have 1, 10, we have 2, 5. Now these are the factors of 10. Now looking at this, what do you think can be the factor that when we add it is going to give us plus 7? That is 2 and 5. Remember, the first step is you taking the coefficient of the highest power of the unknown, multiply with 10, which is 10 here, we are with our 10. Now you now ask yourself, what are the factors of this 10 that you have gotten that will give you the middle number, which is our b? Now let's solve it. Now we have, is now going to be x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 10 equals to 0. Viewers at home, what I've just done is to ensure that I split a number that I'm going to add to get my 7x. Now, pairing it together, we have x. X is common to x squared plus 2x. Now when you use x to divide these two, you are going to have x plus 2. Now what is the factor that you can use for you to get the same thing inside the bracket? Now we have 5. That will be x plus 2. You use 5 to divide 5x plus 10 equals to 0. Now we pick it together. That will be x plus 5 and also x plus 2 equals to 0. Now we are now going to split it individually. It will be x plus 5 equals to 0 or x plus 2 equals to 0. Now we have x equals to minus 5 or x equals to minus 2. That is our solution using factorization method, x squared plus 7x plus 10. And our x is going to be minus 5 or x is minus 2. When you are solving quadratic equation, at the tail end, you are going to have 2 answers. As we move on to another example, see you viewers. Viewers at home, I hope you have been enjoying this video. Now we are still on factorization method under the topic quadratic equation. For you to understand it, that's why we are moving to example 3 again. Now if you look at the example 3 on board, it's taking another form. That's why I want you viewers at home to pay rapid attention. You will see, they said we should solve, open bracket x minus 3, close the bracket, open another bracket, x plus 5, close the bracket, equals to 20. Now how are you going to solve this, viewers at home? The first step for you to solve such is for you to expand this bracket. Now solution. Now let's expand it. X minus 3 equals to 20. Now let's expand. X plus 5 minus 3 x plus 5 equals to 20. Now this is how you are going to expand. But if you don't want to use this to expand this, you can also pick this to expand this. But I'm picking the one inside this bracket to expand this. Now x times x, we have x squared plus 5x minus 3x minus times plus, that is minus 15 equals to 20. Now we have x squared plus 5x minus 3x, that's 2x minus 15 minus 20 equals to 0. Minus 15 minus 20, that is minus 35 plus 2x minus 35 equals to 0. You will see viewers at home, you move from expanding the bracket before we were now able to get a simple quadratic equation. Now, what is the coefficient of the highest degree of unknown, which I'm pointing to you viewers at home on the board, is 1. It is 1 that is attached. And what is the method? You pick the coefficient attached to this, you multiply it with the constant. Now, looking at the form again, we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now, we have 1 times minus 35. That will give us minus 35. Now we have plus 2, which is our B. Now what are the factors of 35? Now when we multiply it, it's going to give us minus 35. And also, when we add it or we subtract it, we are going to have plus 2. These are the factors: 1, 35, 5, 7. Now you will see viewers at home, 1, 35 is not going to work out. 5, 7 is what we are going to work with. Now we want to get minus 35 and also we want to get plus 2. Remember I gave you the concept. Minus times minus is plus, plus times plus is plus, while plus times minus is minus, and minus times plus is minus. Now I'm going to ensure that I'm getting my plus 2 and I'm getting my minus 35. It's now going to be minus 5. Look at it viewers at home. Minus 5 times plus 7 is going to give me minus 35. Why? Minus times plus is going to be minus 35. Now minus 5 plus 7 is going to give me plus 2. Now we are going to make use of this in solving this. Now we have x squared is now going to be minus 5x plus 7x minus 35 equals to 0. Now what is the factor that is common here? X minus 5, then plus 7x minus 5 equals to 0. Now we have x plus 7, x minus 5 equals to 0. Now x plus 7 equals to 0, or x minus 5 equals to 0. X equals to minus 7 or x equals to 5. Now viewers at home, we have been able to use factorization method in solving this question given to us. X minus 3 multiplying x plus 5 equals to 0. You expand, then you'll be able to solve it using factorization method. Now see you in the next segment, construction of quadratic equation with a given root. See you in the next segment. Viewers at home, I hope you have been enjoying this video, quadratic equation. Now we are now on another segment, construction of quadratic equation with given roots. Now I want you viewers at home to understand the word given roots. The root of a quadratic equation are the values got after the equation has been solved. Now, if we look at the example on the board, we are asked to construct quadratic equations whose roots given below are minus 3 and plus 5, and also minus 3 over 2 and 7. Viewers at home, please get your writing material and pay a rapid attention as I'm going to get the solution done. Solution. Now we have minus 3 and plus 5 for example 1. Now you just ensure that you let x equals to minus 3 and x equals to plus 5. Now when this minus 3 moves to this place, it's going to be x plus 3 equals to 0, and x, when this plus 5 moves here, it will be minus 5 equals to 0. Now you combine the two, it's now going to be x plus 3, x minus 5 equals to 0. Now let's expand. X, open bracket, x minus 5 plus 3, x minus 5 equals to 0. We have x squared minus 5x plus 3x minus 15 equals to 0. Now we have x squared minus 5x plus 3x, that's minus 2x minus 15 equals to 0. Now we have been able to construct a quadratic equation from the solution or the values gotten. Now we are given the roots and we are able to construct. Now these roots, when you solve this quadratic equation, your value that you are going to get is going to be x equals to minus 3 and x equals to plus 5. From this root, we are able to get the quadratic equation, which is x squared minus 2x minus 15. Now let's move to the second example. We have minus 3 over 2 and 7. Now you simply say x equals to minus 3 over 2 and x equals to 7. Now you multiply by 2. That's going to be 2x equals to minus 3 over 2 times 2. 2 we cancel 2. And x minus 7 equals to 0. This is going to be 2x equals to minus 3 and x minus 7 equals to 0. This is going to be 2x plus 3 equals to 0 and x minus 7 equals to 0. Let's combine these two together. We have 2x plus 3, x minus 7 equals to 0. Now, let's expand. We have 2x, x minus 7 plus 3, x minus 7 equals to 0. 2x times x, that is 2x squared minus 14x plus 3x minus 21 equals to 0. Now we have 2x squared minus 14x plus 3x. We are going to have minus 11x minus 21 equals to 0. Now we have been able to construct the quadratic equation from this given root, which is minus 3 over 2 and 7. Now viewers at home, I hope you have rightly enjoyed this segment, and as we move to the next segment, I hope you will rightly understand quadratic equation more. See you in the next segment. Viewers at home, I hope you have been enjoying this video, the topic quadratic equation. Now we are on another segment. We have been able to look at what is quadratic equation. We have been able to solve quadratic equation using factorization method. We've been able to see how we can construct our quadratic equation with a given root. And now we are on another segment, the concept of perfect square. Now I will let you viewers to know that every conceptual concept is a concept driven. I will say it again. Every conceptual concept is a concept driven. That's why viewers at home, look at this concept of perfect square. It is very easy. Most often, you see such questions in objectives of any external mathematics given to you or within the school premises. Now, what is the question, the examples? Because we are moving straight to examples. Now, we are asked that what must be added to x squared plus 6x to make the expression a perfect square. Why is this an expression? I said when we don't have equals to attached to a quadratic, it is an expression. That is why it's an expression. Now what is the solution? It is very simple. Look at this form, solution. Remember, we have this form as x squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. To make it so simple, viewers at home, I want you to look at this and circling it. I want you to look at this. What do we have? We have 6x. And we are asked that what must be added to make it a perfect square. Now, I will tell you viewers at home. Just pick the 6, multiply it with half, then you square it. That is what you will add to it. 6, 2 here 1, 2 here 3. Now we have 3 squared. What are you going to add to make this a perfect square? X squared plus 6x is going to be 9. It's now going to be x squared plus 6x plus 9. It will make it a perfect square. Viewers at home, I hope this example 1 has been justified by solving it. Now, moving to another example. We are asked that what must be added to d squared minus 5d to make the expression a perfect square. I said what you are after is this. Now we have minus 5. What did I say? We have minus 5. Now solution. What did I say? Solution. Now remember our x squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now if you look at your b, what is your b? Is minus 5. You multiply it with half, put it inside bracket, square it. This is what? Minus 5 over what? Over 2 squared. That is going to be what? 25 over what? Over 4. That is what will be added to make this a perfect square. It's now going to be d squared minus 5d plus 25 over 4. We have been able to make this more simplified perfect square. Viewers at home, if you have any question regarding all what we have been able to cover in this episode 1, in episode 2, you can make your comment even to the episode 1. Viewers at home, I hope you have understand and you have been able to look on how you can solve quadratic equation. This is still same your YouTube station at Mathematics Camp Pro. See you in the next episode.
Thanks for watching. And make sure you hit the subscribe button, like and share. Have a blessed week.